You don't know me, but I am a YouTuber. I'm a beginner YouTuber, and this is my first video on this channel. Two things, okay? One, I am currently sick, so you might hear it in my nasally voice. And two, I have my script on this iPad right here, and you will be seeing me frequently look off camera to read the script. So don't think I'm weird, don't think I'm awkward, just know that I'm just reading it. That's it. Alright, thank you. American author April Elliott Kent has defined astrology as the study of the relationship between celestial activity and earthly events. In simpler terms, astrology is a belief system rooted in ancient practice that claims the stars and the planets exert a divine influence over human nature. And already that definition tells us something important, that astrology isn't just one thing, it's everything. It can't be a single system, it can't be a single truth. It's a collection of worldviews stitched together by how different civilizations looked up at the same sky and tried to make sense of their existence. And that's why astrology is so vast, it's so cultural. There are people who dedicate their entire lives to just studying just one system, like Chinese astrology and Ethiopian astrology, or even the Mayan calendars. But today, I want to focus on one thing. One branch, zodiac signs. Oh yeah, baby. So I grew up in a Vietnamese Laotian immigrant family in America. I know that's a mouthful, okay? I was born in 2010, and racism wasn't really prevalent in my suburban community, but I had to explain a lot of assumptions that people made of me in my life. The two main questions I always got was, wow, do you really eat dogs? Or, what type of Asian are you? Laotian? You can't live in the ocean.
Laos. We Laotian.
The ocean? What ocean?
We are Laotian. From Laos, stupid.
But despite all that ignorance, I noticed something interesting. Chinese zodiac signs. Of all things, they are not only accepted, they are popular in the States. You see, the Chinese zodiac didn't randomly appear in America. Its mainstream adoption can be traced back to the 1960s and 1970s counterculture movement. At the time, young Americans were rejecting post-war conformity. The Vietnam War, racial inequality, and institutional distrust fueled a hunger for new philosophies, new identities, and new meanings. Eastern spirituality, Buddhism, Taoism, and astrology. These ideas became symbols of rebellion against Western traditionalism. Then came the 80s and 90s, when globalization and cultural exchange accelerated. And finally, the 2000s internet boom, where astrology became digestible and aesthetic.
Rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, sheep, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig. Yin and yang are ringing in the new year, celebrating all the days within the yin. Let's
Man, get your ass on, get your goddamn ugly ass.
And now, zodiac signs exist as a kind of cultural accessory. It's seen as just a fun, harmless, and cool, hip thing that young people are tapped into. And for me, this always felt natural. Laotians celebrate Lunar New Year, so Chinese zodiac logic, well, it just made sense to me. So I accepted it as my zodiac system. But eventually, a question formed into my head. Little Riley was just playing Roblox, he was playing Ninja Legends, and all of a sudden he formed a thought. It was,
wait, if the zodiacs that I know are called Chinese zodiacs, then what are the Laotian zodiacs?
and this sparked a curiosity in my head. Because that is a good question. Where are the Laotian Zodiacs? Where are the African Zodiacs? Where are the South American Zodiacs? Do they even exist? Why do only certain zodiac systems survive in American culture, while others fade into obscurity? And more importantly, what does that say about how identity survives? Alright, took me a week. I came back with research. Zodiacs don't disappear because they lack meaning. They disappear because power decides what gets remembered. Western astrology dominates because Europe dominated the world. Chinese astrology survives because China endured. But those systems from Southeast Asia, from Africa, from indigenous civilizations were either erased, absorbed, or simplified to the point of invisibility. Let's take Laotian astrology, for example, and let's compare it to the Chinese zodiacs. So Laotian astrology is called Duang, which loosely translates to fate or life path. It's rooted in Theravada Buddhism, but it also comes from older animist beliefs and Indian astrology. How did India get there? In Duang, your fate is conditional. Your actions, your karma, and your timing all interact. Nothing is completely fixed or straight. One of the biggest differences is that Laotian astrology is lunar-based, meaning they rely on moon phases, lunar months, and specific days that are believed to carry different spiritual energies. Yes, Laos does use the same 12 animal cycle as Chinese astrology, the rat, the ox, the tiger, the rabbit, dragon, and so on. But here's the key difference. In Laotian astrology, your animal year doesn't define your personality. It actually represents your karmic tendencies, the kinds of challenges and energies you'll encounter throughout your life. You see how unique Laotian culture is? I'm not even glazing my culture. It's just like that. Like, what can I say? Now, to strengthen my point, let's look at a random country's astrology. Let's use Ivory Coast. In many Ivorian cultures, people believe that every human is born with a spiritual destiny, something chosen before birth. This destiny is called Kra, a soul essence that comes from the spiritual world. One of the most important systems is the day of the week destiny. The day you are born is believed to shape your spiritual energy, your moral tendencies, and your role in the community. So each day carries a direction your life naturally leans toward. In Ivorian belief, destiny is not automatic. You are born with potential, but whether that destiny is fulfilled depends on your behavior, your discipline, your respect for elders and tradition, and your alignment with spiritual forces. So, destiny can be delayed, can be blocked, or completely misused. So, for them, astrology becomes moral. Instead of using a zodiac chart, Ivory Coast traditions rely on divination systems, often guided by spiritual specialists. Among the Baoli nation, this role is held by a Komian, which is a diviner, healer, and spiritual interpreter. They interpret why misfortune is happening, whether someone is off their life path, or whether the timing of an action is spiritually safe. In addition, spiritual presence is also central. In Ivorian cosmology, ancestors are influential in health, success, conflict, and dreams. From what I can tell, this system works very differently from Western astrology, and it's because it doesn't encourage self-expression. Alright, let's end this video. Psychologically, modern astrology functions less as prophecy and more as identity searching. But when only a handful of systems are visible, we mistake popularity for universality. That's all I got for you. Remember, when life is so down, you have to find something saccharine. Alright, that's it.